Kimberly, tell me when.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. How are you tonight? Feel free to unmute yourself and say hello. We are glad to have you.
Hello.
Hello.
It's me.
Oh, it's our buddy. Are you wearing the cowboy hat tonight?
Nah, not this time.
All right. Well, we got a full screen of Zoom building here.
Oh, we're on the second page.
They're coming in.
We hope everybody's doing well tonight. Jordan's back, so we know it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, you betcha. I'm just thrilled to be coming to CVCC. Life has been a pleasure for me up to this point.
Well, good.
Beautiful.
You know we love hearing that.
Yes, with that being said, I'm excited to start. I'm excited to start classes soon, and I'm definitely looking forward to this.
Yeah, that's exciting. Now, I noticed that folks don't have video on. Feel free to turn your video on. Jordan, are you able to turn your video on?
No, it says I can't start the video because somehow the host stopped it.
Okay, Kimberly, you want to turn on video? We like seeing smiling faces and looking at people other than ourselves, honestly. We see each other all day. There we go.
There we go.
Cyteria,
Yeah, there we
how
go.
you doing out there?
I'm on a roll.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
There's LG Stylo. How you doing there? All right, you can unmute yourself if you want to.
As the Lord once said, it's better to be thought of as a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, we got clean jokes again. Michelle, you gonna do clean joke time?
Wait, I'm thinking now. I got nothing.
You don't have one?
I don't have one. Let me see what I can come up with. Come on, Ryan, what do you have?
I'm not a joke person. I don't know. Mine are probably old corny dad jokes.
Raylene's got one.
All right, Raylene, let her roll, baby.
What is a doctor's favorite dance? Oh, excuse me, not just any doctor, a dentist. What is a dentist's favorite dance?
The floss.
Oh, wow. Hey, that reminds me of a good one. So my friend thinks he's really smart, and he said an onion is the only food that will make you cry. So I threw a pineapple at his face.
I got a good one.
Proved him wrong.
That was pretty good. I like that.
You like that, D, don't you?
Yes, I got a good one. Oh crud! Oh yeah. You know, someone once told me he had a dream, and I replied, "Hey, just like a kidney stone, all things come to pass eventually."
Oh yeah, yeah. We're
Take
gonna
a hard pass on that one.
we're gonna move
Oh,
past.
he is tickled by that.
All right, Michelle. I
think we're good to go.
room.
All righty, let's get the party started. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I'm the academic recruiter for the college. Let me tell you guys, we are over the top excited about August the 24th. We are excited that you've chosen CVCC, and we are ready to help you get your future started. Got a whole panel of folk here tonight that want to make sure that you're ready and able to get started with us in August. You have everything that you need. Not only do we want to talk with you tonight, we want to hear from you. We want your questions. We want to know how you're feeling, how you're thinking about August 24th. And again, just helping you to be prepared, feel confident, and just go right to it. So I am going to stop talking, and I'm going to introduce a few people who are going to move us forward, and then we are going to be off and running. Dean Ferris is going to come and say a quick hello. After that, Kimberly French will come and lay out the rules of engagement. From that point on, we are off and running. So Dean Ferris.
Oh, hi, thank you. And it's so wonderful to see you all tonight. This is, well, we can't even keep count anymore. We've been doing this since April, so you can do the math on that. We are so happy that you all are here with us, and school is just about here. We only have just not even 2 weeks left, really, a week and some change. So before classes start on the 24th. So you're gonna hear a lot of great stuff tonight. And like Michelle said, we love questions. We like to ask one another questions when we don't get questions, just to throw each other curveballs. So any question you have about CVCC, please, please, please use this as a chance to ask and get answers, because school's right around the corner. So well, that's all I'm gonna say. Kimberly, you wanna set the rules of engagement for how this is gonna go down?
Yes, hello everyone. We're so glad you're here tonight. And I echo what Michelle said. We are so excited for August 24th so that we start the start of the class for the fall. And we want to just let you know a little bit about the rules of engagement for tonight. Down at the bottom, if you look under participants, there's a place that you can raise your hand if you have questions. Feel free to raise your hand. We'll be monitoring those, and we'll also be monitoring the chat feature down at the bottom. So where you see chat, if you have questions, feel free to put any of your questions in the chat, and we'll be monitoring them for you as well. At the very end, we'll have a question and answer section. So feel free to, at the end, unmute yourself, and we'll be able to ask those questions at the end as well. There's also a reaction area where if you think there's something that sounds good, you can do a thumbs up or you can do a clap, either one. So feel free to use those reactions as well as we go through. I see a few out there now from our people. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to launch a quick poll for you before I introduce the next speaker, because that's going to kind of tie into what he's going to talk to you about. Most of our classes, a lot of our classes are going to be through what is called Zoom. So I'm going to launch a poll to kind of get us going to see where you are with this. And I'm going to give you just a little bit to answer these questions. And you can do multiple answers. It is a multiple choice. You can select multiples. It doesn't have to just be one or the other.
It's anonymous, right?
It is anonymous. Mm-hmm.
I think everybody can answer yes now to I have participated in a Zoom call, because you're doing it. And this is what a lot of your classes are going to look like.
And this is your dean.
All right. So I'm going to end this polling and I'm going to share the results. What you can see here is that a lot of you have either downloaded the app either on your computer or laptop, a lot are on the phone, so which is good because you've got the app on your phone. I need more information on how to operate Zoom. There's 13% for that. I have participated in a Zoom call. That should be a little higher, but we got 21% for that. And then they need information, Chris, on how to get my Zoom link for the class. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to hand it over to Chris Collins, and he's going to talk to you tonight about how to navigate through Zoom and what to expect from Zoom.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name's Chris Collins. I'm part of the Distance Education Department at CVCC. How's everyone doing today? Oh, a lot of nods. Cool. Okay, we got the whoop whoop. All right. So, yeah, there you go. Cool. All right. So, hey guys, some of you may have seen me, maybe not. Distance Education Department, like I said. So, yeah, Zoom is the new wave, man. So, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you the typical way to enter a Zoom session. And I'll also throw in there a little bit about how to get in using your phone, okay, into a specific session. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen right now. And you should see the CVCC website. Everyone see that? Okay, cool. So, yeah, it looks like the My CVCC button is there. So what you want to do to start out, of course, is you want to log into your My CVCC. That's going to take you here. You're going to log in to your My CVCC using your username and password. Make sure you have that on the first day of class and be ready to rock, okay? Once you do that, you are going to come here to your dashboard. Looks like we skipped a space, so hang on. Let me see if I can throw that in there real quick to show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so yeah, you're going to come here to this screen, all right? These are all your apps. Keep in mind you do have the Zoom app, okay? So you guys can also build sessions if you'd like for you and your friends to connect and maybe do some study sessions and stuff. So typically the best way to enter a Zoom session, and this will change depending on your instructor, okay? But I'm going to I'm going to go with this route first because this is how I've been training all of the professors and the instructors on how to use it, okay? So we're going to click on that, and just bear with me a second. Let me go find my distance education sandbox. I had it pulled up just a second ago, but I backed out. Actually, yeah, here we go. Okay, cool. All right, so you're going to click on your course, okay? So like if you're here in your dashboard, you're just going to find your course, all right? Mine look a little bit different. So let's just pretend I clicked on my course, okay? That specific course. And typically you're going to start out with the home page. This is not built, by the way. So I actually deleted a lot of stuff out of here. But if you check it out here, there's a Zoom button. And this is where, this is the main way to enter, in my opinion. I think it's the best. So yeah, right here, you should have one meeting here. It should, under the topic, it'll be called the course name. And you see beside it, it says the meeting ID. Okay, that meeting ID is pretty cool because you can actually use that, and I'll show you how to use that and to get into your Zoom session using your Zoom app on your phone also. But anyway, if you're using a desktop computer or laptop or pretty much anything, iPad or whatever, you're going to click on this. Actually, you might not be able to see it because the thumbnails are in the way over here to the side. But if you move those out of the way, it'll say start beside this session here, okay? So to the right of it, it'll say start. You want to hit start and you'll go into your session. Okay, so yeah, that's one way. Another way, depending on the professor, if I train them or not, they might let you know on the first day, hey, I'm going to distribute this via email. So you want to check those emails, guys. Check them a couple times a day. You know, you never know. Maybe even turn on your notifications for that. That way you can always be aware of what kind of emails are coming through from your professor. So if they distribute that link that way, you'll just simply click on it, okay? One more way you can enter your Zoom session, and I think you guys, some of you guys actually did that today by, you know, going in through your phone. So what you want to do first, you want to download the Zoom app. You want to log in using SSO, okay? Not your email or anything else. Use SSO. And then what you'll do is put in, there's going to be a blank there. And it's going to say blank.zoom.us. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. And you're going to put VCCS in there. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to be prompted to log in using your username and password. Same thing that we did back here to get into our My CVCC. All right. And what you can do is you can get that meeting ID, okay? If the professor set it up correctly, the meeting ID will always be right here. So you can just have that open and pull up your phone. It'll ask how you want to connect to a specific meeting. You'll join that meeting, and then you'll enter the meeting ID, put your name in there properly. Please use your government name, your student name, you know, so we know who you are. And then you enter the session. So those are basically 3 ways on how you'll enter a session. I'm sure there's another way, but that's typically what you're gonna be up against. So that's pretty much all I've got for you guys on how to enter a Zoom session. Feel free to contact me if you ever have any questions. You can give me a call at 434-832-7745. And if for some reason you're using the old phone system inside CVCC, make sure you dial 9 first, okay? And then you'll reach me. I'll talk you through it, train you guys if you need help, answer any questions. You can also email me at collinsk@centralvirginia.edu. So that's all I've got for you guys. Good luck. Welcome to CVCC, and look forward to seeing you guys soon, okay?
All right, does anyone have any questions for Chris about Zoom? You can either raise your hand or you can put it in the chat feature or unmute yourself. Either of the 3.
So I've got a question for you guys, or did somebody have a question?
Well, can I make a statement about something real quick?
Sure, Jordan.
For the rest of the people who said they never participated in a Zoom call smack in the middle of a Zoom call, well, I have a feeling this is going to be a fun year.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, that was yeah, can you
Just shaking my head, man.
Yeah.
Shaking my head.
I know. Elizabeth, I do have the contact information at the very end I'll put, and it'll has Chris's information in there for you. So I'll be glad to have that for you too.
So let me ask the group a question. And Chris, thank you. That was great. It's very good information. You guys, by the end of fall, you're going to be Zoom experts. But I've got a question, and you guys can either respond by clapping or giving a thumbs up, or you can put your answer in the chat. How many folks on this call tonight are doing Zoom and really plan on doing Zoom with your phone for the semester? We've got one. Tamika, okay. 50-50. We got somebody else saying 50-50. What about everybody else? Occasionally, okay. Now, the reason that I ask that is we're always interested in how it is that our students are engaging with us. And if you're doing a call on your phone, keep in mind it's you know that's a little smaller device, and sometimes it can be a little challenging to do it that way. But if that's what you're doing, that's good. Now, how many of you guys, to follow up on that, do plan on using your phone or an iPad as your primary device for your classes this fall? Show of hands. Don't be bashful. Doesn't matter. No, we just need to get a gauge on. Okay, there's Tamika. Thank you. Tayon, is it Tayon? You can unmute yourself if you want.
I'm just making sure with these raised hands that the raised hands, are you asking a question or are you raising them for him answering the question?
Oh, I was saying on 50-50.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. We've got somebody coming up next that is going to talk about some resources that we may have available for students, and using your phone or an iPad as a primary device for doing your coursework is going to present some challenges for you. And that's where, well, do we have any other questions on the Zoom? If we don't, then Kimberly, we can go ahead and move it on to Philmika Reed. She's fantastic and is our community connections coordinator. So Kimberly.
All right, I'm gonna open up another quick poll for you. And this is gonna be on the resources that Philmika will be talking to you about. So I'm going to launch this poll and give you a minute to answer these.
And I believe that second question is high-speed internet.
Yes.
The poll isn't multiple choice, or I'm sorry. It's only allowing me to put a single answer. I don't know if that was intended or not.
It was not, but you can put some of your answers in the chat if you like.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you. We can fix that for next time.
Yeah, I'm just going to say something real quick. Yeah, guys, I think that the best way to connect to your Zoom session would be through a laptop or desktop. You can use your phone, but like Michael was saying, you know, you better get your bifocals on if you really want to see some small, you know, information and stuff that you need to know on a smartphone. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and you'll see what we're saying if you try to connect that way. But some classes it might work. Okay, so let's just put that out there.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
That's solid. Because yeah, your instructors are going to be doing presentations through this with text on the screen and stuff. And
Yeah, you're going to have some professors who just talk and that's it. And then you're going to have most professors are going to be displaying content, PowerPoints, you know, taking you through steps and showing you information you need to know. Okay. So you need to be able to see that. So just keep that in mind. All right.
All right, so on this results, Famika, so when you are going over some of this information, the majority have a laptop or they have some high-speed internet, some do not have a laptop or computer. They do have a quiet place to study or take classes online. Some may have family obligations that could hinder. I would like to know if there's any others, you know, maybe when you cover the material, Famika, that might answer some of their other questions for them. So I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna hand it over to Famika now, and she'll begin speaking with you on the community resources.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Philmika, and I am your Community Connections Coordinator. What I do is I work with all students that may need additional support services. With many of you, you're coming on. Some of you are first-time college students. Some of you may have some work experience and are coming back into the college setting. And what I do is if any student has any type of need or barrier or need any type of assistance, please reach out to me. And then from there, I work with you one-on-one and help you find the resource that you need. And I'll continue to be as a support factor for you throughout your educational career here at CVCC. Some of the resources I use, for example, maybe in lieu of COVID-19, as we're still going through this, helping finding childcare or helping finding internet resources, food resources, just to name a few. So those are just some of the resources that I work closely with students as you progress throughout CVCC. If you need help with anything at all, once again, please reach out to me. Also, I am encouraging students, being that we are virtual now, we have a CVCC community resource page on our website. This website is updated frequently as more and more resources are developing in the community. And I'm going to share this screen with you guys. All right, so this is easily accessible. Anyone can access it. If you just start here from our home page and go to Student Services, and if you scroll down and if you click Community Resources, it will take you to our community resource page. And as you can see, it's in alphabetical order. It ranges from childcare to emergency shelter, health insurance, housing, internet options, counseling, prescription discounts, to student discounts, which you guys are college students. You have a CVCC email account. Do keep in mind you do qualify for some college discounts. So this is just to name a few. I'm really encouraging students for this upcoming school year to continue to check this page throughout the semester. You know, bookmark it if you have to, as it will be continually updated with community resources. Also, I work with a lot of community organizations. So if perhaps you have a barrier or you're going through something or your family's going through something, or you could have a friend going through something and you need some assistance, please reach out to me. If it's not on this website, I work with a lot of community organizations here, and I can reach out to one of my counterparts and make sure you have the resources that you need. Lastly, I email students throughout the week. Anytime I get updated with a resource or a community event, I send it out to all CVCC students. So just to echo on what Chris was saying earlier about checking your email, please check your email because that's how you'll stay up to date. I always tell students the information I may email may not help you at the time. It could help a family member, or it could be something in the following weeks that may be beneficial to you. So please continue to check this web page as well as your email. And I will include my contact information as well in the chat box. My phone number, if you need anything throughout the semester, is 434-832-7730. When I work with students, I always tell students working with you one-on-one is confidential, of course, unless you explain or exhibit anything where you're at risk of harming yourself or others. But otherwise, working with me one-on-one is confidential. Also, just to talk a little bit more, I know some of you indicated maybe some barriers with having laptops. Organizations have donated laptops to CVCC, and some of you may have already seen it in the news. So we have a laptop loaner program that is currently in the process of being finalized. So if you feel that you would benefit from a laptop and you don't have a laptop and you would like to learn more about our laptop loaner program, feel free to email me. I'd be more than happy to give you the information that we do have and pass your name along to the individual that's coordinating it. Any questions?
I only have one. So the volunteering. Speaking of which, volunteering, would that be required for graduation when it comes to these services? Because, you know, like I said, I have a certain enjoyment for volunteering, and I am wondering, like I said, would volunteering also be required for graduation?
No, currently volunteering is not required for graduation. It's just an option to enhance your resume or to gain some more experience into something that you're interested in.
Right, you do have the right idea with the Academy Center of the Arts. Here's why. All district.
Oh, awesome. Very awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, we appreciate that, Phil Mika. Those are some awesome resources. And again, if you have any need for those things that Phil Mika was talking about, feel free to reach out to her. I think Kimberly's going to be putting that contact information up. And we're going to try something a little different in a little bit. We've got these little Zoom breakout rooms, and if anybody needs to speak with someone, maybe one-on-one, you could just kind of indicate that in the chat. We're going to be here for a little while longer tonight. Michelle, what do we have going on next?
Well, I think that we said if we got to this place, we'll just check in with the other folk on the panel to see if they have anything. I'm sorry, Kim?
I was gonna say, I have one more quick poll. I think that'll answer some, to get people speaking some and asking some questions.
Okay. Kim, before you launch that poll, may I say something?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say to all the students, listen, guys, college is very different from high school. And you're stepping into a level of independence that is going to require a lot of things. But more than anything, you're going to have to ask for the help that you need. You're going to have to let us know where you're at, what you need. I promise you, there's a whole panel of folks on this, a group of people on this panel that want to see you succeed, want to see you be successful in your first semester. So I know you're a little quiet, but I'm saying if you need something, let us know, because we want to make sure we are doing all that we can to help you be successful at CVCC.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Michelle. That's great.
All right, well, I can go into this quick poll for you, and then it's going to just get you to find out where you are currently in the process. And that way, if you need help with getting enrolled, if you need help with answering questions on the process for financial aid, we want to be able to help you. And this is a multiple choice, so you can choose more than one. All right, I'm gonna end the polling, and I'm gonna share the results with you right now. All right, so the majority have applied to the college, have applied for financial aid, are ready to enroll, need help with register for classes is a big portion of them. Still considering CVCC for the fall and other. So if there's any of the others who want to just unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about what some of the other things are that you're thinking about.
I'm already ready for all my classes and everything, and actually have journals for future note taking in my classes.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Jordan. I do see some that says financial, still waiting on an update on my scholarship application. Scholarship from our Education Foundation scholarship. Is that the one? Yes, okay, okay. I will answer a little bit on that for you. Do you know have you logged into your My CVCC and gone into your Student Information Systems account? It'll say SIS on there. If you've gone into that SIS account in your Student Center, if there is an Education Foundation scholarship, it'll be to your right above your to-do list. It'll tell you what your amount is. So check that out, see if it's there. It may be there, but if not, we can give you some contact information on who to contact for the Education Foundation as well.
And we've got some pretty good questions going in the chat there.
Okay. So Filmika, they are asking, who can we call to try to get a laptop? You're muted, I'm sorry.
If you have any questions about our laptop loaner program, feel free to give me a call tomorrow. I can be reached at 434-832-7730. And then from there, I can tell you a little bit about the program. It is currently still in the works, so we're still organizing it, but I can definitely give you the information and pass your name along to the coordinator. So once again, 434-832-7730.
So the one that's asking about the transcripts to be sent to you guys, transcripts from high school or transcript from college? Okay, well, I'll wait to see if you can respond on that in just a minute. There are some financial aid questions, so Ryan, I might get you to pick up on some of those in a minute, but how long does it normally take for a counselor to get back with you is a question. So we are in our busy season right now for registration, but it should not take more than 24 to 48 hours for a response back from a counselor. So we are returning calls as quickly as possible to our students because we want to make sure that we get everybody enrolled for the fall semester. So.
Hey, Kimberly, what would be the best time of day for somebody to call in and have the strongest chance of being able to get right with someone?
8 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And keep in mind also, we have extended hours on Saturdays. Saturdays are great days to be able to call in. It's a little more quiet. Saturdays and Monday evenings, and then all next week, we're going to be open. Well, I'll say Monday through Thursday, not Friday, but Monday through Thursday, we're going to be open till 7 p.m. So keep trying to get through. Try to do it earlier in the day if possible. That's the easiest to get in touch with someone. Yep.
And if you're unable to speak with someone at that time, please leave a voice message, because we do go in, check the voicemail, and we get those calls returned as well.
So let me ask you guys something. How many folks, by show of hand, have tried to call but have not been able to connect yet? Because I want to make sure that if you've tried and haven't been able to connect with us yet, we got Caitlin. Kimberly, if you could make a note of that. Who else?
Lisa Tibbs and a Caitlin, both have raised their hands.
Yeah, so if anybody, we'll do this. If anybody has tried and has not been able to so far, we want to be able to get back with you as soon as possible. So whoever has done it, Kimberly, make note of that.
Okay.
If we could maybe private message them and get a telephone number. Yeah, Emily saying she got, okay, I did leave. Okay. Yeah, it's really important. You guys got to know we're 100% virtual right now. So everything's coming through on the phones, where normally, we'd have a waiting room and you could hold on for a little while and hang in there with us. So this is a whole new way of doing it. But one thing we are committed to is making sure that we get you the help that you need. So, and we've got folks here this evening that can help answer some questions that you may have. We have both Raylene Cope and Mark Zacola here from our counseling office. And if you've tried to call and hadn't been able to, and you got a question on your mind, then these are some folks that can weigh in on that right now. So.
Does everyone know the difference between real time versus online?
Like virtual real time and straight up virtual. That's a good point to make, Kimberly. Everybody feeling pretty comfortable with that? Jordan said one's real, the other's online. I don't know. Well, you need to know, because that's a big deal. So, Raylene, why don't you talk to us about the difference between virtual and virtual real time?
Sure can. So good afternoon, everyone. Well, good evening, not afternoon. It's late. So our real-time classes are very much so just like this. They are actually classes that are at a set date and time, and they are done through Zoom or even Google Meet, depends on your instructor. You would meet online just like this at a specific time of the day. So you could have a class that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 9:50 in the morning, and you would simply log in using your Zoom app or your Canvas app, just like Chris showed us, and you would watch the professor. You can interact. You can see other students working. You can do various different things. You can even type a little private message directly to the instructor if you have questions and you're too ashamed to ask. There's multiple ways to do it. All of these particular type of Zoom sessions should be recorded. So if for some reason your internet stopped, or you had to take a break and stop out for a few minutes, or you got a phone call or something, you had to step away, you could still watch it later or come back and watch it later. So that's one of the awesome benefits of the real-time live online Zoom sessions. And then our regular virtual sessions, the instructors will post assignments with due dates, of course, and you are to try to get those assignments done at your own pace by those due dates. So it's not as much interaction with the professor. Typically, if you do need to interact with the professor, it'll be via email or even a phone call, but there won't be very many Zoom sessions unless the professor decides to do something special with you. So either way, you could do the classes kind of on your own time. Both of them are internet based. It is nice to have at least a computer or a laptop or a nice tablet so that you can be able to do everything you need to do. It might be a little hard to just do it from your cell phone. So I would encourage you all to consider it, because this is honestly the closest way that we can be in class without having to necessarily be in class. So the other option that we have for class sessions are hybrid, and those are for our technical classes and our science courses. So if you're in an EMS, EMT program, culinary arts, welding, machine tool, all of those classes will have an online component and an actual in-class component. So you will spend a lot of your time on both pieces. So a science course would have a lecture that is actually online. It could be a lab online, or it could be a regular virtual class. And then the laboratory would be in class, actually on the main campus. We will be using social distancing, so you would be required to wear a mask. We would have policies in place. There won't be as many students as it would normally be in a large classroom setting. We're trying to make sure that everybody's going to remain safe and have the same opportunities to learn freely. So hope that answers some of your questions about the various different types of classes that we have here on campus. Any questions more?
Well, thank you, Raylene. That was great. And I've got a little disclaimer here too. I am also a student right now, and knowing the difference between those things is important to me as well. Jordan, like you, I have always, whether I was teaching or whether I was a learner and a student in a classroom, I have always despised virtual classes or online classes in the traditional sense. But I'll tell you this, classes in this format, I've been taking classes in this format for about the last 6 months, and it's okay. This is good. If this is what we have, and Raylene said it, our priority is health and safety right now until we get whatever we need to feel safe to come back on campus and be 4,000 students running around. This is what we're going to do, and it's good. We've got awesome people like Chris helping instructors learn how to teach in this environment through Zoom. Our faculty for the last 6 months have just been, they have had to completely change the way that they teach. And a year ago, they would have never done it voluntarily, but I'll tell you, they have embraced this. And it's okay. It works. It's not just like being in a classroom. It's pretty good all the same. And there are actually a couple advantages to classes like this. Remember, Raylene said, hey, if you need to, you can stop video for a second if your hair's itching or something like that. If you need to hit the mute button, you can do that too. It's in some ways it's a little more convenient. So it's a new way of doing this, but it's not too bad all the same.
Hey, Michael, I want to chime in real quick. I don't mean to talk too much, but I just want to pitch the live online classes, like using Zoom. Okay, guys, I understand that you're used to like being in a classroom, but I can tell you this, being in those classrooms, they weren't recorded. Okay, you can go back and you can review your recordings and you can study. Hey, what does that mean? Get better grades, man. So, hey, that's a big plus. So nice job, Michael. Thanks for pitching that.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. And you brought up a good point. My spring classes at the University of Lynchburg, they were recorded. And believe you me, I had to go back and watch and rewatch. And, when the final came up, I could go back and I could watch all my classes. And it wasn't a substitute for taking part that night, because we always wanted to do that. Our classmates, we got along well, and we wanted to see one another. But it's powerful, man, to be able to go back as you're working through a problem. It's fantastic. You've got your instructor at your disposal all semester long. Any time of day, you go back and watch one of these classes. I think we're going to find that this is going to kind of change it forever, really. Yeah, Kimberly?
I'm sorry, we have a question there, and I just want to make sure it doesn't get buried in somewhere.
The medical condition?
I have a medical condition that will inhibit me from wearing a mask. What do you need as proof? So like if that person's on campus and they're required to wear a mask, what would they need to prove?
Well, we cannot make you prove it, okay? We've got, health regulations and things like that. But in order to come to campus as a student, you're going to need, as part of our, and I'll tell you guys too, this fantastic question. We have our entire health and safety reopening plan on our website. If you click on the COVID-19 link, we must present that to the public, and it looks a lot like this because I keep a copy on my desk in case I get questions like this. As a student, before coming onto campus, you're going to need to be able to kind of fill out, a disclosure. If I'm not 100% certain that not wearing a mask on campus is an option. Kimberly, if you wouldn't mind, Cynthia, if we could get your contact information, I'll find out for certain. Because effectively, in order to be able to come onto campus, you're going to need to be able to demonstrate that you can observe the safety protocol. But let's get some contact information. If we've got a few more minutes, I'll actually consult the plan and make sure that I was right about that. But I'm pretty sure. But one thing is for certain, you never have to tell anyone what your condition is. That is your private information. And no one can ask you, no one can make you. Yeah, really good question. Thanks for pointing that to me, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to spend a minute and I'm going to find the answer to that because I want to know it myself.
So that was a good comment from Tina where she's saying she's glad that she can watch real-time sessions at a later time if needed, because science is one of those ones that you may have your class at a time live online, but you may also have a lab that you come on campus to as well, because there could be a combination, or you could have your class completely virtual and then come on campus for the lab. So thank you, Tina, for sharing that. So.
May I say that attendance still counts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your instructors some will take attendance. They run their classroom, so you're going to want to get a feel from your professor that first class meeting, and please attend that first class meeting.
Yeah.
You're going to want to get a feel for that professor. A lot of the classes may look more toward participation than attendance. But, where a lot of you tonight are hiding yourselves, you may have an instructor that says, you know what, I need you to show your video, honestly. I know for the classes I was taking, the instructor didn't take too kindly to not being able to see us. So you're going to want to get a feel for how that instructor, wants to manage the classroom in this setting.
So Mika, did you have something?
I did. Someone messaged me inquiring. They have a class that starts on the 18th, and they're not sure if it's a Zoom class because it has a room number on their schedule.
Is it an EMS course?
I'm not sure.
Medical terminology.
Medical terminology. It starts on the 18th?
I believe so. It's a boot camp. says medical terminology boot camp.
Huh.
It's like 6 classes.
I honestly don't know what that is. I'll be
Could you give us the code? Is it a health class, or like could you give us the code and the number that goes with it?
It's for pharmacy technology. Pharmacy tech is the group.
Might be through workforce.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay.
So a lot of our workforce classes are also on campus. So their program is a little bit different. It's a little faster than our credit side. So
Okay.
yes, a lot of those classes will be on campus, and there will be the same social distancing policies that a regular class would have. So they wouldn't have a ton of people. Good luck in the class. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Exciting.
So I do want to let you know too, just because we're virtual or we're doing the real time, we do have student life.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like Deanne to maybe talk a little bit about what student life is, because we do have things that can engage you students to have exciting things happening for you. So Deanne, would you share a little bit?
Sure. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. So as you will see when you get logged into your My CVCC, and as Chris showed a little while ago, there's an icon, the Canvas icon that he was in. When you go in there, you will see a virtual student center. And in there is where we're going to do all of our activities through. A lot of our vendors that normally would come on campus to do activities have adjusted them so that they can do them virtually. So we're also going to do our regular student success fairs. We'll do those virtually. They'll be through a Zoom. We may use breakouts. It's going to all depend on how everybody wants to comfortable and how they want to structure the session. So we'll do character artists. There's different concerts and things that are happening. So there'll be a lot of different things that we'll be doing throughout the semester. We'll be using that platform to funnel everything through. So it's not going to go away. We're still going to have it here so that you can get that support for your out of class learning. And a lot of the conferences that we would have normally gone to are going virtual. So we'll be able to offer those to a lot more students who weren't able to go through the Canvas site. So again, like everybody said, check your email, because that's going to be one of the places that you'll learn about it. But also there's a calendar within Canvas, and it'll look like you have it as a to-do for a class, but it won't be something that's graded. You'll see the activities on there. So we hope everybody will participate, and we'll do things throughout the day as well as in the evening.
Thank you, Deanne.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great. And some of you may have already gotten a couple of things from Deanne, like a scavenger hunt. If you've gotten the, Jordan, did you get the scavenger hunt email? Did you do it?
I'm sorry, but sorry, there's no empty toilet paper rolls here. We have toilet paper for months.
Well, Deanne just sent another one out last night. I don't think it requires any toilet paper.
Oh, you're talking about the other, the one last night? I don't think I received.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and I'm terrible with scavenger hunts anyways. Heck, my dogs could do a better job than me. They're scavengers in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of fun stuff. Deanne's been working real hard to create a Canvas site. You guys will see it. You log into your My CVCC. Once you get enrolled, you'll see that virtual student center, and more fun stuff. You can look at our event calendar as well on the website and see the stuff that we've got planned. So any other questions out there from folks? Now's the time. We only have one more of these sessions.
I have one question for Miss Deanne. You mentioned something about student life. You mentioned some did you say concerts or conferences?
No, there's concerts too. So so throughout the summer, a lot of places have been offering free concerts, and it seems like they're going to be continuing that. So as I find dates for different things, I'll put the links on the Canvas site so that you can go on and watch them. And it won't necessarily be like a specific activity we're doing, but it'll be, there's an option that says virtual activities, and I'll have it under there. If it's something that's ongoing, if it's like a specific date, it'll be on the calendar on that date so that you'll know to go in there and watch it. But yeah, I think the Kennedy Center, they're still doing a lot of their concerts and putting them online. I think the Berglund Center has been doing things off and on that they've been doing virtually and putting those online so you can see them. So there's a lot of that still happening. So there'll be a variety of different concerts. Like I said, as I find the dates out, that I'll post up for everybody to go on and see, because they're starting to do the drive-in concerts a little bit, but they haven't really caught on. So there's still a lot that are happening over the internet. And I think we've all probably participated in some of those, whether it's Facebook Live or on YouTube or something like that. So yeah, as the dates keep coming out, I'll post those up there for you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be sure to keep me informed, especially on the classical music and opera concerts. Those tend to gain my attention.
Okay.
Especially when it's Mozart or Antonio Vivaldi or someone like that.
Cool. Okay. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yep.
So Ryan McNamara, you're on mute. Hey, is it
find my mute button?
Yeah, is it too late to apply for financial aid for fall?
Good question, Dean Ferris. It is not too late to apply for financial aid. So if you have applied to CVCC and you're planning on coming this fall, you definitely want to submit your 2020-21 FAFSA. Now, that being said, if you have not registered for classes yet, go ahead and still do your FAFSA, do your financial aid. If you've done your financial aid and you're waiting to hear back from financial aid before you sign up for classes, don't do that. Go ahead and sign up for classes now, because you can still sign up for classes while we're still processing your aid. So don't wait on one for the other. You want to make sure that you get signed up for your classes and do your financial aid. You can do those at the same time separately. So let's see. You should have, by now, we have awarded aid for this fall. So if you have not been awarded aid and you're curious of what's going on, send us an email. Our email address is financialaid@centralvirginia.edu. So reach out to us that way to find out what the status is. On your SIS, and when you go into your My CVCC on the SIS, there is a to-do list. A lot of times you may have some item that we still need, a document that we still need from you. So your financial aid cannot be awarded to you until we've received all those documents that we need. So take a look at your to-do list. And again, if you have questions, if you don't know how to get to the to-do list, send us an email, financialaid@centralvirginia.edu, and we'll get back with you and let you know exactly what we need from you so we can finalize everything and get you awarded.
Ryan, there's a great question. It says, what if we don't know if we can afford classes without aid? Do you still recommend we register for the classes?
Definitely. Like I said, you know, we will know once all of the documents are in and we have everything in order, we will know if you are eligible for aid or not. You know, so when you submit the FAFSA, that determines if you're eligible for federal Pell Grant money, so grants from the federal government, and also from the state of Virginia if you're a Virginia resident. So we want to determine if you're eligible for federal or state aid. And then even if you're not eligible, maybe for federal or state aid, you know, we can refer you to the CVCC Foundation, which is the foundation has additional scholarship money available. There's a separate application for that. But again, if you have concerns on it, reach out, let us know. We're going to get you all the aid that you're eligible for. Yeah. But to answer the question, yes, go ahead and, you know, I want you to assume that you're attending this fall. You know, you have all the way up to the 24th of this month to add classes. And if you need to back out of the classes, you can do that also with no penalty. But we want you in those classes. I'd rather you be in those classes. That way, then your financial aid is there instead of on the flip side. You know, you wait too long, now all of a sudden your financial aid is available. Classes start tomorrow, and then you have trouble getting into those classes. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good point.
Can
Yeah.
I piggyback a little bit on what he's saying? So to make sure you're in an eligible program of study as well. So sometimes when you apply to the college, your program of study you chose may not be an eligible program for financial aid. So it's really important that you get in touch with one of us in the counseling department just to make sure that your financial aid, that your program's correct and that you are in an eligible program. That to-do list that Ryan was talking about is really important to check for two things. Even when you do get awarded aid, you have to go in and authorize your book authorizations for bookstore charges to be done with your financial aid. So if you don't go in and authorize the bookstore to be able to allow the money to go there, then that won't take place. You go to the bookstore and they'll say you don't have any money there. And that's because you have something in your to-do list. That to-do list is big, and it's important to go in and look. And all you have to do is go to your My CVCC, log in with your username and password. One of the tabs, you have Canvas, your Gmail account, which is your email, and then the SIS, which is a Student Information System account. That's where you're going to go in. You'll go to your Student Center, and you'll see within your Student Center your to-do list. Please check that out.
That's a good point, Kimberly.
I see there's a couple, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say real quick, we'll stick around. I mean, it's 6:30. This was 5:30 to 6:30. We'll stick around because we want to get everybody the help we need. So I want to say a couple of things with regard to registration and doing financial aid. You know, if you apply for financial aid, if you're thinking about coming for fall, you can go out to fafsa.gov tonight and complete the financial aid application. It's going to give you a sense of what you're eligible for when you submit it. It's going to give you an estimate of what you're eligible for along the lines of federal aid. That's important. That'll give you a gauge of where you stand. You know, our classes are $161.25 per credit hour. So I would recommend going ahead and doing a FAFSA, reaching out to our folks and getting registered. Keep in mind that fall classes are starting pretty soon. We don't want to send you down a dead end path, that's for sure, but we definitely want to get everybody the help we need. Karen, what is the day that a student that is registered for a class, what is the last day that they can stay in that class and drop it free and clear?
That would be September 10th.
I'm sorry.
September 10th is the last day to drop and receive a refund for your course.
That's a big date. So if you're getting into a class now, you know, obviously you want everything in place by the time classes start, but you can kind of back out free and clear by that time. That's really
for a 16-week course, though. I just like to say.
Yeah, if you're in a first 8-week course, it's a little bit sooner than that. So think about those things. Another thing I want to invite you all to do tonight is if you are trying right now to get in touch with someone from financial aid, someone from counseling, someone from admissions and records, anyone here, message those folks. Let Ryan know that you're trying to get in touch with financial aid. Same with Raylene and Mark and Kimberly and Karen. Now is the time. If you're still trying to get in touch with us, we'll stick around. Same for me, because we are getting close. We are getting close to the time where we get our books and we get our life in order and we get ready. You know, we get ready for the start of the semester. So, Michelle, thank you for, you know.
I think there's a few more. I thought I saw something in the chat, a question.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, there's
After
a couple.
FAFSA, is there other things to do after submitting that?
Yeah, the best thing that you guys can do really is to connect with someone from the college at this point. Yeah, there may be some things. You may have to turn in some documents. There may, you know, you may need to switch up a program with an advisor. And really the first point of contact you would want to make if you haven't enrolled yet Have a good night, Jordan. It was good to see you again. Maybe we'll see you again next week. Next week is our last one for a good little while, so we may even have a special visit from our campus mascot, our college mascot. So
Yeah.
yeah, Calvin might be around. We'll just have to see. Yeah, the best thing to do, get that FAFSA done and connect with us. We're gonna be, having extended hours. So yeah, that's what I recommend doing, because all those questions we can get answered.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to let Zoom user know, I think he's talking about the foundation scholarship. If you recently submitted the application, I know they are still in the process of reviewing those, and you should hear something by the beginning of next week. And Vicky, I know you just submitted your FAFSA, so I had told you, I think by Friday we'll receive your FAFSA. So we will know on Friday if there is additional documentation that we need from you. And then Danielle, the amount of available money for the bookstore, that's just for this fall semester. So whatever your credit is, if you do not use it all in the bookstore for books and supplies, you will get a refund sometime in the middle of the semester from the accounting office. And then assuming that you're registered for the same number of credit hours in the spring, your credit will look about the same for the spring as it does this fall.
Great questions, folks. Great questions. The closer we get, you guys notice the closer we get to the beginning of the semester, the better the questions get. They are really good. Back in April, it was like, hey, fall's a million years away, What's your favorite color? Now it's like, I see this and I see that, and what do I do about this, and what do I do
That's
about
where the rubber meets the road.
Right. We are getting close.
Kimberly, are you launching a poll on whether or not we met the needs for the evening?
I can. I have it. Hold on. There we go.
Hey, we've got a good question out there too while you guys are answering this, and I think Karen, our registrar, may know this right offhand.
Yes.
How many credits will we accept toward one of our associate's degrees?
Yes, I was getting ready to type the chat there, but to answer for everyone, if you have transfer credit coming in from other institutions, just send your official transcript to us so we can evaluate it. We can accept we'll transfer anything in that's eligible, but you can use up to 75% of the requirements in any of our degrees from another college transcript. So you have to just take 25% of the overall credit requirements in your program here at CVCC to be eligible to graduate with that degree. And if you have AP credit, CLEP credit, other type credit that we can apply as well, just get your official score report sent to us as well. Those type credits will also count into the transfer credit limit. So it can be credit by exam, credit by life experience. It could be test credit from SATs, ACTs, or it can be the transfer credit coming from other institutions. Great question.
Yeah, fantastic questions. And now I want to throw it over to Mark real quick, since we're talking about transferring and credits applying. Mark, real quick, what are the two main kind of paths that students have when they come here to for their education?
Transfer and trade. Double T. So you're looking to go to that four-year institution. The role of the community college is, we're going to take those general requirements here at CVCC and then transfer to the four-year where I can focus in on my major. If you're looking to enter the workforce sooner rather than later, be it health services, culinary, machining, mechatronics, we've got the skilled instructors that are going to get you competent, give you the skills that you need to earn a productive life, financially speaking. Yes, sir.
That's great. Yeah, we appreciate that. Well, we have gone all around the horn tonight. This has been a great session, Michelle.
Okay. Well, listen, I agree with you. It has been a great session. And to the panel, again, kudos. You put out a lot of good information. To our guests, our students, I need you to know that these sessions are recorded, so they are out there on our website and our YouTube channel. Get yourself a Coke tonight or tomorrow or at some point. Rewind, hit play, and just listen again and take what you need. In terms of asking questions to any of us, feel free to reach out to us via email, phone call. It doesn't stop here. We are here to answer your questions to help you get started again in August. So that said, we have enjoyed your being with us this evening. And again, as Dean Ferris indicated, next Tuesday will be our last information session. So if you can join us again, that will be great. Thank you guys and have a good evening.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you, Vicky. I got it.
Thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's it, right?